Hey guys, what is up? It's Matt here from Diamond Challenges. Alright, so today, as I promised, I'm going to be starting my first new series. Like I said in my vlog, it's basically just going to be about football. I did actually decide to make it a little more broad. It's not just going to be football or NFL. I'll probably put in a little bit of college, especially now with the playoffs, and maybe a little bit of NBA. I don't follow that as much, especially during the NFL season, but we'll see. So basically what's going to happen is I'm just going to talk about a couple different highlights and things that I think were interesting and that happened over the Sunday games and Thursday games and all that from college and NBA and NFL. Again, and I didn't say this in the vlog that much, but I wanted to say now, this is kind of a very first rough draft. You know, it's not going to be the best video of these series, and specifically not the best video. It's going to get better after this. I'm going to try to get video clips into these videos. I'm not good with that yet. I don't have a great editing thing. But in general, it's going to get better. So I want you guys to know that now. This video is not going to be the best, but it will get better from here on out. So let's get into it. The first topic I have to talk about involves the Cleveland Browns. I know a lot of people are really stunned with the Browns' performance yesterday, and especially if you live in this area, you're a fan of them, it's not good. For most of you, or any of you who don't know, they were beaten by the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday 37-3. It was a bad game. They got stomped. They're kind of rivals in the sense that they're both in Ohio. They're in the same division. It was bad. It really just came down to we couldn't get anything going. I'm a huge Cleveland Browns fan, even through all the losing and the sucking and the quarterback situation. But basically, what it comes down to is we couldn't get it going. I don't know why, but we couldn't. And that's really all it comes down to is we couldn't get anything going on offense, and our defense didn't do good. So that really was a big problem. The next thing I want to talk about involves the Browns as well, Johnny Manziel. A lot of people, I'm sure, if you have a sports app at all, really any type of sports app whatsoever, I'm sure you got updates yesterday, possibly today, saying that Johnny Manziel is expected to start the rest of the season, the next 4 games. I want to say that's not true. Mike Pettin, I watched the live conference with him today. He did say he's not ready to make that decision yet. It said that he's going to start the rest of the games for the season, but Mike Pettin just said it's a day-to-day thing. He's not sure yet who it will be, so don't get your hopes up if you're hoping for Johnny Manziel, and if you're not hoping for him, don't get sad because it's not guaranteed yet. I'm expecting probably an announcement from Mike Pettin or DeFilippo, who's the offensive coordinator, soon, maybe tomorrow, probably not tonight, maybe tomorrow or the next day, but that'll be coming up soon. The next topic I want to talk about does actually involve college, the playoff predictions and what's happening. So for the playoff predictions in college, if you guys don't know, it's the top 4 teams that make it. And the top 4 teams this year were Oklahoma, Alabama, Michigan State, and Clemson. Basically, I just want to give my projections on the playoffs. Again, I don't watch college as much as NFL, but I think I know enough. Personally, I don't know. I think that Michigan State's going to lose to Alabama, and that Clemson will beat Oklahoma. And then from there, I feel, obviously, it would be Clemson in the playoff, championship with Alabama. From there, it's really hard to even guess because I don't watch as much. Clemson's obviously number 1, so they might win. But I think Alabama might also win because they really want it, I think, more than Clemson in a way. I think Clemson's, they're number 1. They feel like we got it, we're going to win. They assume they're going to win. So I feel like if they ever get down and they get beaten, then they're not going to come back right. They're going to kind of be depressed and they're not going to know what to do. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm picking Alabama over it all, but, it's your opinion, what you guys think. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Next, we'll talk about Brock Osweiler. He's the Denver Broncos quarterback. He got his, 3rd or 4th win yesterday against the Chargers, but the controversy and the problem with this, basically, is he won against the Chargers defense, and he didn't put up really good numbers at all. He should have scored a lot more, and that Denver team in general should have done a lot better, but they didn't. They only got 14 or 17 points against the Chargers, whose defense isn't good. And Brock Osweiler, I give him credit for coming in and being the starter and getting points, but it's you can't expect to start every game if you don't do well. And he is going to be starting again. They gave him that. Peyton Manning kind of hurt, but it's I don't know. It wasn't a good situation, I don't think, with Brock Osweiler. I don't think that made the Broncos happy. Now, next thing we're going to talk about is just the records and the situation in the NFL, the game results from yesterday. I'm going to stop the video for a sec, look up all the results so I have them. I don't have to read off of something like that. But I'll be right back to you guys. First, we have the Green Bay Packers, who beat the Lions 27-23. I saw the ending of that game. It was live. It was a huge Hail Mary pass from Aaron Rodgers. It was like 61 yards. They're lucky. They're very, very lucky. Green Bay is lucky that they beat those Lions. If they hadn't, I mean, that could have dropped them out of playoffs because of the Vikings, but they're very lucky that they got that win. I mean, I have Eddie Lacy on my fantasy team. He does not do good. The defense of the Lions is usually pretty good. They're very, very lucky that they got that win. Next we have New York Jets, New York Giants. The Jets won 23-20. Personally, for me, even if the records say that the Jets are better, this is shocking and surprising. I think the Giants personally are a better team. I know the defense of the Jets has been doing pretty good, but I mean, the Giants have Odell Beckham Jr., and he's just such a weapon, and he had a monstrous game, but I'm personally surprised that they managed to lose that game. I think it should have been I think it should have been the opposite. I think it should have been 23-20. I know the Giants' field goal kicker missed a field goal, and that would have sent it into overtime most likely. But it's unfortunate for them because that's going to hurt them a lot. Their division isn't good, but it's going to hurt them a lot. Next, the Cardinals beat the Rams 27-3. Not much to talk about here. Rams aren't that good. The Cardinals are great. Not a surprise really at all. If it had been the opposite, I would have been blown away, shocked. But the Cardinals are a good team, point blank. The Rams are not really. I think that's not shocking really at all. Next, we have the Falcons beating the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers beating the Falcons 23-19. Again, I mean, not crazy shocking. The Falcons kind of had it going first couple of weeks. Now they've kind of dropped off. Buccaneers have been doing really good. Jameis Winston doing really good. Not huge surprise there. Next, we have the Seahawks beating the Vikings 38-7. This one, it does surprise me a little bit because the Vikings have had, really gotten it together the past couple of weeks, and the Vikings were in the lead for the playoffs, but for their division. But now that they're 8-4 and the Packers are also 8-4, now it's kind of a tie there. I don't know technically who's in the lead. It would come down to like points and other stuff like that, kind of weird tiebreakers. But that's it's not as much shocking as it is sad for the Vikings because they haven't had anything really for the past couple of years, and they were in the lead and they lost to Seattle. So now they're not in the lead. Next, we have the 49ers beating the Bears 26-20. That was in overtime. I saw the play. It was basically a walk-off touchdown. I feel happy for the 49ers because they're not that good. But, I mean, they got really lucky. The Bears really aren't the best team either. They both have losing records. 49ers 4-8, Bears 5-7. Neither one of them are really the best. Next, we have the Titans beating the Jaguars 42-39. I mean, this was a close game throughout. I mean, it just literally continued to go ups in scores. There's a lot of different lead changes, a lot of different big plays. I mean, I give credit to Marcus Mariota, the Titans quarterback, for throwing all the touchdowns, and he had a huge touchdown run that really helped them. So good for them. Next, we have the Bills beating the Texans 30-21. Not really shocking. I mean, they're both about equal. It's kind of just who wants it more, who plays harder. The Bills obviously wanted it more. Their playoffs picture is a little more, I think, serious than the Texans. I don't think the Texans are really going to go anywhere. They may be in the hunt, but that's really all it comes down to for that one. Then we have the Ravens losing to the Dolphins 13-15. So the Dolphins winning that really, it doesn't surprise me either because the Ravens aren't good. They're 4-8. The Dolphins aren't good either. They're only 5-7. And when I say good, I mean if you have a winning record, then you're good. If you don't, then I kind of count you as bad. But the Dolphins, they were good last year. They had winning record. They were decent. It's the Ravens aren't good, point blank. Sadly, the Browns did lose to them, but the Dolphins are okay. I think that's not too surprising. I already talked about the Bengals destroying the Browns 37-3. Don't want to talk about that one again. Kansas City beating the Raiders 34-20. I mean, Alex Smith's Alex Smith. He's pretty decent. No problem with him. I like him. I think he's a decent quarterback. So is Derek Carr. Just couldn't get it done, I guess. That's how it works. And we have the Broncos defeating the Chargers. Again, I already talked about that. I definitely think it should have been different, but that's the way it works. Then we have the Eagles beating the Patriots 35-28. I watched the end of this game. The Patriots really were lucky that they even got 28. They got a lucky onside kick. I can't believe the Patriots lost like that. I mean, the Eagles, I have their defense fantasy. It's awful. Absolutely awful. They had a great game, but it's normally awful. So I'm kind of surprised with that one. not lastly, but close to it, we have the Panthers being the Saints, 41-38. Good for them, 12-0. I was not a believer of them in the beginning of the season. Now I kind of have to be. So, good for them. They fought hard for that victory, and I watched part of that game, definitely. Then we have the Colts. This is the last one. Colts losing to the Steelers 45-10. It's really not the Colts' fault, I don't think. The Steelers just had it going. The defense definitely could have done better for the Colts, but the Steelers had it going. Antonio Brown with like 3 touchdowns. That's really all it comes down to. The Steelers had it going. The Colts did not pick it up, really. I mean, the first half, I guess they were okay, but they didn't pick it up. So that's really about it, guys, for this series. Basically, the only other thing I'm going to talk about briefly is the projections of the Cowboys and the Redskins. They go on tonight at 8 o'clock, I believe. No, 8:30. They're both not. I don't think really either of them. Their divisions are kind of pitiful. The Cowboys are 3-8. The Redskins are 5-6. If the Redskins lose, then it's like a 5-7 4-way tie in that division, or 3-way tie. The Cowboys being, the Cowboys are not good without Tony Romo, and Tony Romo's not with them. So really, without him, it's not going to be good for them. I don't think the rest of their season. They could pull away with a victory tonight just because they want it so badly, but it's going to be very bad. I don't see them going that far this year. And I don't know. That's probably not going to be the best game. I'm probably not even really going to watch it because I got homework and other stuff. If it was a good game that I thought was really important, I may watch it, but that one I just don't find important. So that's really about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, this video is a little bit longer. I'll make the next one probably a little bit shorter for you guys. It's going to be better, the better editing, really better everything. But more than anything, I just want you guys to please, if you can, leave a like. But more than anything, comment in the videos any questions you have. I want to answer your guys' questions, not my own stuff, because I think, what you guys want is better than what I have. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment. See ya.